Hello everyone, welcome back to CareerFairy on YouTube. My name is Maximilian, one of the founders of CareerFairy, and today we're talking about a topic that you will necessarily face during your career search process because everyone faces it. And that topic is rejection. Whatever role you apply to and however good you may be for the particular industry or position you're applying to, being rejected from certain companies or certain roles is a natural part of the process. There are a number of factors which go into you receiving an offer or not, right? Whether it is your performance on the actual interview day, whether it is personal connection you manage to establish or not with the recruiter, or whether it is practical factors, you living too far from the company's job location, you demanding a slightly too high of a salary for the particular company you're applying to, or many others like these, which are more technicalities than actual compatibility reasons between you and the actual job you're looking for, which make up for the decision you receive. So be aware of that. You are going to be rejected from certain roles, and that's totally fine. However, sometimes obviously receiving a negative response to an application can be harder because you've put more time and effort into the application, because the company might have been your sort of dream company in your mind and you really thought that that was the one that should have worked out, or whether maybe the particular benefits and working conditions were particularly attractive, which made that particular job that much more desirable. All of these are reasons why you might have a harder time dealing with certain rejections. Today we're going to look at how to deal with rejection wherever it may come from, and how to basically stay motivated and move forward in your job search process. First thing to do when you have to deal with a difficult moment of rejection is to let it out, right? Talking about these moments with loved ones, people who are close to you, or even potentially people who are going through the same process as you at the moment can be extremely helpful. They can give you a different perspective on what that rejection means to you and how to actually take positives out of it in order to move forward and go more positively and maybe more prepared into the next step of your career search process. For every negative experience that we have in life, there are positives to take out of it to move forward, and that's what you should do with this particular difficult moment as well. After you've taken some time to discuss the rejection with others, take some time to reflect with yourself about why this rejection is so hard on you, why this particular role or application or company meant so much to you personally. Maybe you had very good reasons for wanting it that much, but actually maybe the rejection also means that the compatibility between you and that particular role wasn't the best, right? Was this company really what you wanted? Was this role really one where you could grow personally and career-wise towards the future professional that you want to become, or maybe not? If it was, what are other companies that could offer me something similar? Or when could I actually potentially reapply to the same company and make my application stand out a lot better than I did this time around? There are a number of learnings you should take out of any negative experience such as this one. If after this rejection moment you're still dead set on this company and you feel that this could actually still be a truly great employer for you, then use this moment to gather as much information as possible for when you reapply the next time around. There are a lot of companies where reapplicants, meaning people who have been previously rejected from the application process, are actually hired because they're so much more prepared for the interview process at the company. And the company obviously notices that there is a huge amount of motivation with that particular candidate if they're willing to take the time to reapply to them and to actually maybe have forfeited some other opportunities in the meantime in order to be able to try their luck with them. Again, it is a very positive sign if an applicant reapplies to a company. So don't discard that possibility and use the current opportunity to build up your future application from today. 6 months is a very good timeline that you should typically look at to potentially reapply to a job that you just got rejected from. Use the time that's available to you before you can reapply to gather that experience or skill through courses, through potentially other internships or jobs, so that when you reapply, there's obviously nothing standing in the way of your application being approved. Step number 3, give yourself credit. After experiencing rejection from something that you really wanted to work out, it's hard to see everything in a negative light, but try also to reflect on what went well, right? And potentially also ask for feedback for the company on what they actually liked about you. Chances are very high, almost at 100%, that there are actually a number of things that the company appreciated about you. Looking back at your strengths is a great way to build up the next application to make those strengths stand out even more to the next company. And also being self-aware about your strength, but also your weaknesses, will help you tailor your application a lot more to the next company you'll apply to. And therefore, again, make your application that much more likely to stand out positively. Number 4, there is still something out there for you. Again, particularly for applicants who focus on a very, very narrow set of roles for themselves. If you get rejected from those particular roles, it can get quite depressing because you might feel that you actually lost a few opportunities that are out there for you. If that's your case, it might be a good time to recalibrate slightly the scope of your job search and see whether companies in potentially different industries or that offer different types of roles might also be suitable for you. Even if it turns out that you were right in the end and that the narrow niche set of opportunities that you were looking for in the first place are the right ones for you, gathering extra experience in the application process and in the job search will only help you when the time comes and those opportunities are available to you again. The key learning is here, don't become passive in your job search process just because you think that you've missed out on those opportunities that are relevant to you. The job market is a very, very broad market and a lot of people are interested in your skills and your experiences. And seeing how valuable you could be to people whom you maybe discarded in the first place could actually open up doors that you didn't even think existed. Step number 5, ask for feedback. Asking for feedback from the company that rejected you isn't always easy. A lot of companies actually will not even take the time to answer you if you ask for feedback. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it though. Asking for feedback shows the recruiter how much you value their opinion and how much you value the company's insights into your professional profile and what it appreciated and also maybe didn't appreciate about you. That again can help you communicate better about certain professional traits that you possess and make you stand out in a potentially different and slightly more suitable way. Don't forget, there are a number of things you can ask feedback on, whether it is your written application material, your communication style during the application process, or obviously your attitude or answers during the actual interview process. Sometimes when asking for feedback, you might learn about tiny details that have made the difference in your application process, in which you could very easily fix for next time around. Manage your expectations. Certain applicants in the job market, particularly new ones, graduates who enter that process for the very first time, might have unrealistic expectations about what they can get out of the job market. For certain individuals, if they've suffered a number of rejections in a row, they might need to recalibrate their expectations slightly from what they can get out of the job market at this particular time. If a number of companies have told you that you need to gather some professional experience in a certain field in order to be relevant for certain positions that they offer, take that advice. Sometimes it is necessary to go through a 6 months or 1 year internship within a particular industry in order to break into it. Maybe that is because the industry sees a lot of turnover and they want to make sure that applicants know what they're going into. Those are the kind of things for which internships can be very, very valuable. If that is the case, and actually lack of a certain experience has been mentioned to you as one of the reasons of the rejection, then ask if an opportunity to actually do that particular internship where you can gather that experience could be available to you. That might be a fast-track way to convert that rejection into the open door that will lead you back into that industry or role that you're actually looking for. Final tip we want to give you is continue your search on CareerFairy. Again, if you've suffered a couple of rejections, that doesn't mean that the job market is closed to you. There are a lot more opportunities out there than you realize. And finding out about those and understanding which one suits you and which one doesn't is a difficult process. But the best tool to do it is CareerFairy. By meeting professionals in a broad range of industries with various experience levels and with various types of backgrounds, you will understand which doors are currently open to you and which ones aren't. And that's perfectly fine. And also, it's going to be much easier to understand which jobs will actually be fun for you and which ones won't. So don't forget, tune into our live streams, go to careerfairy.io and build up your career search effectively on there. We'll see you there. Thanks for watching and see you soon.